Animals can get themselves in tough situations, and when things get really bad, they often have no choice but to turn to humans for help. A reindeer was stuck in an ice hole and was carefully rescued by a man who helped to get back to solid ground safely. And in a zoo, a mother elephant urgently sought help because her baby wasn't waking up. Sensing something was wrong, zookeepers quickly came to assist and took immediate action to take care of the baby elephant. Turns out he just needed some extra sleep. A small baby monkey tried to help his baby brother who was trapped inside a water bottle, but a human stepped in and carefully cut the bottle to free him. A man cleared away snow and was shocked to discover sheep trapped in the ice, quickly moving to the rescue. A shark came close to the shore and was rescued by a group of men who carefully pulled it back into the ocean. A man is standing in a snowy forest, closely interacting with a large, dark-colored wolf. The wolf is not showing signs of aggression. The man then offers the wolf a piece of meat or food from his hand, which the wolf gently takes and eats.
No, не бойся, на.
A squirrel accidentally fell into a pool and nearly drowned, but a man quickly rescued it, pulling it safely out of the water. A sea turtle became tangled in fishing nets, struggling to move freely until rescuers arrived to carefully free it.
It's so bad.
You good here?
Yeah.
Aw, a dog helplessly asking for a man's help. Her puppies fell into a ditch. The man follows the dog and successfully rescued her pups. A little kid held an umbrella over a dog, showing love and care for the furry friend in the rain. A man was enjoying a paragliding ride when an eagle unexpectedly landed on his leg, seemingly taking a brief rest. A bunch of puppies were freezing and on the brink of dying from the cold, but a man helped them by lighting a fire to keep them warm. A dog was clinging to a fence as the entire area was flooded, but it was safely rescued from the rising waters. A turtle was found covered in heavy barnacles, weighing it down and making it difficult to move. A kind man carefully cleaned the creature, freeing it from the burden. A snake became trapped inside a can, struggling to free itself. Rescuers carefully helped the snake, safely releasing it back into the wild. A killer whale was stuck in ice and was not able to move until rescuers came and helped him. A man found a baby animal that had fallen from a tree and carefully returned it to its mother. Under the scorching desert heat, a zebra lay on the brink of death from thirst, but a man appeared, offering it water and a second chance at life. A thirsty animal was offered water, helping to quench its thirst. This monkey was suffering from thirst under the heat, so she reached out to the people nearby, almost pleading for some water to drink. Kind hands soon offered her relief. A powerful tornado tore through a home, leaving it in ruins. Trapped beneath the rubble was a helpless dog unable to escape until brave firefighters arrived and rescued the poor little one. In the middle of the road, a dog had collapsed, lying faint as if life seemed to slip away. Then, a kind human stepped in, reaching out a helping hand, and after a few gentle pushes, the dog slowly rose to his feet, still in shock but alive. A dog was trapped in a fire, but fortunately, firefighters rescued it, bringing the frightened animal to safety. A stray cat that was injured was rescued and cared for by a kind man, giving it a chance to recover safely. A beautiful horse became stuck in the mud and was carefully rescued by officers, bringing it safely to solid ground. A fox cub had fallen into a deep pit and struggled desperately to climb out.
Now push that.
Tired and frightened, it couldn't escape on its own until a kind human lowered a rope. With that little help, the cub managed to climb up and finally made it out safely. A curious cat climbed high into a tree, but once she reached the top, she realized she couldn't get down. Hour after hour passed, almost 9 in total, as she waited helplessly, meowing for help. Finally, firefighters arrived with their equipment, carefully rescuing the frightened cat and bringing her safely back to the ground. A group of dogs had been abandoned deep in the woods, left to starve with no food or water. Weak and desperate, they were on the brink of death until a kind man discovered them. He brought the poor animals to a shelter where they were finally given food, water, and a chance at life again. Rescuers found an eagle with a shattered wing, unable to fly. After kind humans helped and did a successful operation, he recovered and finally soared through the skies again. Sometimes animals help each other too, like this bear who noticed a bird struggling in the water and stepped in to save it from drowning. In Colorado, a firefighter rushed to the rescue when he thought there were puppies trapped in a manhole.
Yeah, how many is that? 9?
But after pulling the tiny furballs out, he discovered they were actually baby foxes. A train driver quickly stopped the train as soon as he saw a poor dog stranded on the track, preventing a tragedy. Luckily, a worker was nearby to grab the little guy.
Oh, cosita.
In Boulder, rescuers rushed to help a bear that had gotten its head stuck inside a chicken feeder. With careful effort, they managed to free the trapped animal, giving it a second chance at freedom.
I'll put it up high, yeah. Oh, look at that. Free it now.
It wasn't an ordinary day at work for a group of Oklahoma firefighters and rescue teams. When 12 tiny ducklings became trapped inside a storm drain, the team quickly jumped into action. With patience and teamwork, they carefully lifted the babies to safety, reuniting them with their worried mother. A young deer got itself stuck in a fence, struggling to break free until help arrived.
I believe you damaged that horn, didn't you? Yeah, you fucked it up.
A man rescued a fox that had its head stuck inside a glass jar, freeing the frightened animal. A helpless seal became trapped in a fishing net, struggling to break free. Seeing the poor animal in distress, a kind woman stepped in to help. A cow with a badly injured leg was airlifted by a helicopter as rescuers carefully transported her to safety for treatment. A young elephant struggled to survive after a bullet left its leg swollen like a balloon. Rescuers drained the fluid, treated her, and eventually released her back into the wild. The rescuers were trained well to pull this off. A tiny kitten was rescued after getting stuck inside a narrow pipe, carefully pulled out to safety by a kind-hearted rescuer. A mother duck was crying and stressed because her babies were trapped in a pit. Police arrived and carefully rescued the ducklings, reuniting them with their anxious mother. Truckee firefighters rescued 3 bear cubs trapped in a trash can, carefully releasing them back into safety. The hedgehog got stuck in a plastic pipe and could have stayed there forever if the glorious hedgehog liberator hadn't passed by. The good man came to the rescue and the hedgehog was free again. Sacramento firefighters came to the rescue of a deer, carefully freeing it and ensuring it returned safely to the wild. A moose got stuck in mud in Utah, but wildfire officers stepped in and carefully rescued the struggling animal, returning it safely to solid ground. A baby deer got its legs stuck in a fence, struggling to free itself until rescuers arrived to help. A man noticed a thirsty koala and offered it some water. The two shared a moment as the koala drank, and the man even cheered along, celebrating the little animal's relief.
Cheers.
A family of ducklings fell into a drain and were rescued by kind-hearted individuals, safely returning them to their mother. Huskies fell into a canal and were rescued by two quick-thinking officers who carefully pulled the dogs to safety.
Oh my gosh, it's a miracle. They're getting them out.
A woman rescued a hawk that had become trapped in a fence, carefully freeing the bird and letting it fly away safely.
Go, 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 go! Yes!
A woman came to the aid of a dazed hawk that had collided with a screen door. She carefully tended to the stunned bird until it recovered enough to fly away safely. A woman rescued a baby deer that had become trapped in a fence, carefully freeing it and allowing the frightened dog to run back to where it came from. A baby raccoon froze in place as the rescuer gently lifted it. Clinging to the corner and letting out small squeaks, the tiny raccoon was carefully handed and eventually brought to safety. A baby raccoon was found struggling and nearly drowning in a creek. After being rescued, it was carefully dried off and given the treatment needed to recover. Sometimes these rescues don't have a happy ending. In this case, a baby tiger was found alone, desperately searching for its mother. Husky was trapped in the middle of a lake on a dock in freezing cold water. A brave woman rescued him, carefully bringing him to safety. Giraffe got stuck in a fence, struggling to free itself until rescuers carefully helped it out. A giraffe had a tire stuck around its neck, struggling to move until rescuers carefully removed it and freed the animal. A mother chicken and her baby chick were trapped under a building. Rescuers carefully helped them out, reuniting the little family safely. A sparrow got caught on a glue trap, struggling to free itself. A man carefully tried to lift her out, and after some effort, he finally managed to rescue the tiny bird. A pigeon was hanging precariously by the peak of a roof and was safely rescued by a team. A fox became trapped by her own leg in a small door, struggling to free herself until rescuers came to help. A fox became trapped with its head inside a plastic jar and had difficulty getting free until help arrived. And this one became badly injured after getting tangled in wires, and rescuers quickly intervened to free him.
Yeah, it should be alright, thank you. Yeah, so he's definitely coming back with us.
Another baby fox was in a similar situation. It was rescued after being tangled in netting, freeing it from danger and allowing it to recover safely. A magpie was rescued after getting tangled in a discarded fishing line, carefully freed by a rescuer and given a chance to recover.
Yeah, you bite that.
A fox got its head stuck in a flower pot, and rescuers carefully helped free the frightened animal.
He's going to come, and any second now he's going to come. All right, fella. Good boy. Good boy. There's a good fella.
A poor deer became trapped in a cut tree with a rope tangled around her head. Rescuers carefully worked to free her, ensuring she wasn't injured further and allowing her to escape safely. A herring gull appeared to be trapped in thick river weeds, unable to free itself. Rescuers carefully intervened and saved the bird, allowing it to fly away safely.
Come on, buddy. Yep, I know. You bite me. Alright.
A young swan became lost after being separated from its parents. Rescuers carefully guided it back to the water, helping it return safely to its natural home.
Yeah, you can go home. Ready? On your marks. Get set.
Rescuers helped a magpie that had become stuck in a muddy pond, carefully freeing it and allowing it to fly away safely. A baby fox became trapped inside a large pipe, unable to get out until rescuers casually freed it. A pigeon was trapped in a net above a store, unable to move until someone came to rescue it. A trapped deer was given a helping hand, and rescuers carefully freed it and guided it back to safety.
Got it.
A squirrel got itself stuck inside a bird feeder, and a rescuer carefully cut it free. Once freed, the little animal ran as quickly as it could. A crowd was rescued after becoming stuck in a fence with wires tangled around it. Doctors carefully removed the wires, and once freed, the crow flew away safely. A deer became trapped in a fence by its horns. While rescuers tried to help, she became agitated, but after careful effort, the deer was eventually set free. A raccoon climbed into some wires and became stuck, but a brave female officer carefully rescued him. Someone abandoned 4 beautiful puppies in a canal inside a basket, but a man rescued the little ones, saving them from danger.
Échalo al piso, hijo. No, recién naciditos son.
A kangaroo was rescued after nearly drowning in a canal, carefully pulled to safety by rescuers. And this deer was stuck in the mud and was carefully pulled out by rescuers, finally returning safety to solid ground. A circus elephant was rescued from heavy chains and finally set free, able to roam without restraint for the first time in years. A poor sparrow on the verge of dying from thirst was given water by a kind man, saving its life. A dog that had steel pot stuck around its neck was carefully rescued, freeing it from the dangerous trap. A hummingbird got stuck in some gum and was carefully rescued by a family who freed the tiny bird and helped it fly away. During a flood, a horse was rescued by officers who carefully and slowly pulled it out of the rushing water to safety. Subscribe if you're glad for this horse. A brave man went all the way to the far end of a canal to rescue a cat, carefully bringing it to safety.
Come on, beautiful.
A dolphin came close to the shore and got stranded, but a man helped guide it back safely into the water. A chipmunk became trapped in a net, but a rescuer carefully cut it free, saving the tiny animal. Officers rescued a baby deer that had become tangled in a net, carefully freeing it and ensuring it returned safely to the wild.
Alright, it's all good.
A kind person helped a baby deer that had become stuck in a sewer, carefully rescuing it and bringing it to safety. A sea turtle, unable to swim because it was tangled in a net, was rescued by a fisherman who carefully freed it and returned it to the water. This poor cat had been abandoned and waited outside a store every day for months. One day, a kind family finally took him home. An abandoned baby kangaroo was rescued, given care, and ensured a chance at survival. 2 deer had their heads stuck together, and rescuers carefully worked to separate them, ensuring the frightened animals were safely freed. A baby hummingbird was rescued when a man spotted it, carefully helping the tiny bird to safety. A girl discovered a homeless puppy in her backyard and was able to give it the love and attention it needed. A rat was trapped in an empty swimming pool and couldn't get out. It kept running away, refusing help, but after persistent effort, the man finally managed to rescue it. A baby deer was trapped in a small door outside a home. A rescuer carefully placed a cloth over her face to calm her and safely freed her from the tight spot. A poor owl was rescued and released back into the wild by a kind rescuer. A sheep got stuck in a fence on top of a hill. When hikers reached the spot and tried to free it, the sheep fell, but luckily it was rescued and brought to safety. Officers rescued a dolphin that had become entangled in a fishing net, carefully freeing it and allowing it to swim safely back to the ocean.
Gotcha. Woo! Yeah!
An elephant was rescued after becoming stuck in the mud, carefully pulled out to safety by rescuers. A little raccoon was swimming across a lake when a fisherman spotted it. He carefully picked up the tiny animal and safely placed it on the nearest land.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, nice catch!
Some animals also interact playfully while eating, like this bear who skillfully caught the bread and seemed to say hello. A baby shark got stuck between rocks near the shore and was rescued by a group of friends who carefully freed it and released it back into the water. A horse that had lost its way climbed to the top of an icy hill. Rescuers carefully guided the horse, showing it a safe path back down and ensuring it returned unharmed. A tiger was set free from a zoo for the first time and ran with incredible speed, enjoying its newfound freedom. A baby monkey was trapped in a net and its mother tried to help while also looking to nearby humans for assistance. Baby ducks became trapped in a sewer and officers carefully rescued them, safely bringing them out. Mother duck called for human help when her babies were stuck in a storm drain. Thirsty lions were given water and milk to drink by kind men, helping to quench their thirsts and save their strengths. An Arctic fox approached a human, seemingly asking for help to get a snack from an ice hole.
Ну ты кадр, ладно, бери.
Hungry cheetahs approached humans after spotting food in their hands, drawn by the scent and eager for a meal. A baby bear became trapped, but a rescuer placed a ladder, allowing the little bear to climb to safety. A friendly alligator was given a treat by a human, calmly accepting the food with curiosity. Foxes visited a woman's house, happily took a treat from her hands, and left contentedly.
Hey, Twisty, there you go. Oh, well done, lassies.
A hungry squirrel shivering in the ice-cold snow was offered crackers by a kind woman who helped it regain some energy. A man risked his life to save a pet, climbing onto a high pole to save a bird. A child gave water to a pigeon perched on their roof, carefully using a spoon through the window grills to help the thirsty bird. A colugo was rescued from a man's garden and safely returned to the jungle.
See that? Colugo in a box. Right there. Now I'm gonna go free him up the hill. Let's go.
A seagull became trapped between rocks but was carefully rescued, freeing it to fly away safely. A seagull with a broken wing was found in the sea. A man carefully helped her. A seagull had a rod stuck in its leg and was carefully rescued by a man who freed the bird. A man generously sacrificed his shirt to help an animal avoid getting trapped in rainwater. Using the shirt, he carefully guided it to safety. A freezing bird trapped on a car roof was rescued by a caring man. A crow was drowning in the water when a man boating nearby spotted it and carefully rescued the struggling bird. A fox got stuck to a tree and was carefully helped by a man who freed the animal and ensured it could move again safely. Two hungry foxes were fed by a kind man who offered them food and care.
Do you want to try a piece of this, little man? Oh, he took it gentle as well, look at that.
An owl was stuck in the mud and was carefully rescued by a man who gently picked it up to free it. A horse was trapped deep in the mud and was carefully rescued, finally pulling out to solid ground. People will do anything to save animals, and it's so cute and heartwarming. Dogs were bravely rescued from raging floodwaters, saved from a dangerous situation by courageous rescuers. Some animals seem to enjoy the pleasure of rain, like this little mouse who was seen happy in it. A thirsty sparrow was given water, quenching its thirst and saving the tiny bird. A camel was suffering of thirst in the middle of the desert when a kind man came forward and gave it water, saving its life. Two surfers rescued a dolphin that had accidentally come too close to the shore, carefully guiding it back to deeper water. A cat was rescued from a building after an earthquake, carefully freed from the rubble and brought to safety. After a major earthquake in Turkey, a horse was found trapped on the ground and was carefully rescued, lifted to safety by rescuers. A cat that was stuck under a building was safely rescued and brought to safety.
Jan.
A thirsty hen was offered water after a man spotted it, helping to quench its thirst. A man helped a cat escape from a building that had been completely destroyed after an earthquake. A pet dog was stuck under a building and rescuers carefully worked to free it, bringing the frightened animal to safety. A tiny mouse was trapped in a garden pot, and when a man tried to help it, the little creature gave the cutest little smile. A man rescued a dog from drowning in a lake, carefully pulling it out. A dog that was stranded on a railway track was carefully assisted by a man to come out to safety. A large turtle was flipped upside down and was carefully helped by a man who turned it over and ensured it was back to the sea. A kitten was left abandoned in a house that caught fire. Luckily, a firefighter noticed her laying unconscious. After giving CPR, the firefighter saved her and she slowly opened her eyes. A horse collapsed to the ground from the heat and was helped by officers who poured water over it to revive and cool it down. Phew. Ducks were helped by an officer to safely cross a busy street. A monkey was given water, helping to quench its thirst. A man stepped out of a wedding to rescue a furry animal struggling in the water, carefully helping it to get back. Squirrels had a little party and were given treats by a kind man, enjoying the snacks happily. A duck became trapped with its beak stuck on a stick and rescuers carefully freed it. A man bravely went into a frozen lake to rescue a struggling puppy, carefully bringing it to safety. Drivers patiently waited on the road as a mother sloth made her way safely to her baby.
That's maximum speed, huh?
I think this could be, out of a tree.
A man stopped traffic to allow some scared dogs to safely cross the road. A bull helped a little turtle that had turned upside down, nudging it gently to get back onto its feet.
Oh my God.
A man stopped his car and went to help a puppy that was lying asleep on the road, carefully picking it up. A dog was stuck in an empty well and was carefully rescued with the help of ropes. A cat accidentally got its face stuck in a water pipe and had to be carefully rescued. A puppy was stuck deep in the mud and was carefully rescued by a kind person, bringing it safely out. A vulture was in distress from the heat, and a man stopped his car to give it water, helping to revive the bird. A hungry dog stood outside a shop and was kindly given food to eat.
Hola, pancito. Ten, amigo.
A dog went onto a frozen lake and got stuck, but a man quickly came to its aid and helped it to get out safely. A woman helped a dog that had fallen into a drain, carefully rescuing it. A dog was sprayed with water by firefighters after they saw it suffering in the heat, helping it to cool down. Men bravely went into turbulent waters to save a dog that was trapped in the current. I found clips of animals who saved humans' lives. Click the video on the screen to watch.